I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I would like all of you to reflect on it, to see how each of these questions are implemented in your life. First question. Have you ever done something that affected someone else? Have anyone ever done something that affected you? Were any of these influences negative? But were any of these influences positive? I'm going to talk to you today about guitar strings. No, not my guitar, because that's going to be boring, or the strings of my guitar, but rather the phenomena that happens when you pluck a guitar string. Let me introduce you, or for some who may already know what it is, to resonance. Now, I'm not going to tell you a denotation of resonance, but let me change your perspective, how you view resonance, and how that affects you. Now, on a guitar, let me give you an example of resonance. When I pluck a string, in that area, the energy is sent through the entire guitar. The energy is sent into the chamber, bounces around, and is sent out, and makes a beautiful sound for everyone to hear. Now, think of yourself as a guitar, and think of each pluck as a choice that you make in life. Because that choice resonates through your entire being, changing your destiny and changing the destinies of others because they hear the sound. My story begins on that fateful day of February 3rd, 1998, my birthday. Now, that wasn't a choice I made, but it was a choice that my mother made. Yes, it was a choice. It was not an accidental baby or just popped out of her or something. But yeah, but yes. But what was interesting about this choice was that not only did it affect her, because it was a choice that she made, but rather it also jump-started my destiny. Now, during the time I stayed in the Philippines, because that's where I was born, the little choices I made weren't very significant in my life. It was probably choices like, oh, I probably threw up some of the vegetables my grandma made me eat, or, true story actually, my parents told me, I peed on her new carpet. She was mad on that. But most of the things that happened in my life were greatly influenced by my mother, by the elders. There's the one who fed me, there's the one who took care of me, they're the one who nurtured me. And in the 2 years that I stayed, there were many choices that were made that had these little changes in my destiny. The biggest change, I would say, was when my mother finally decided to move to the Americas, to Hawaii, with my father. I believe that that was a great choice that she made because I don't think I would have been here to give this talk. And as you all realize, though, at this time, as I said before, these were choices that she made that affected me, not choices I made. Let's fast forward to 7th grade, my 7th grade. It was a strange time, not a good strange, unfortunately, but a bad strange. Growing up in a Christian family is difficult. I'm a part of the LGBTQ family, community. I was a gay son. I am a gay son, and I'm proud of it. But at the time, I was not. Because growing up, my parents had indoctrinated me with these beliefs that, oh, you're gonna burn in hell, and you're disgusting, that's disgusting, all those things that you guys do are gross, out of this world, and completely not natural. Now, imagine if your parents told you that as you were growing up, as you were an innocent child, simply trying to see the world in the best of ways because you thought that everything was beautiful. And then there's that, where you question your worth, where you question if you're good enough, if you're even human. Now, because of these things that happened, I took that negativity in, and unfortunately, I let negativity out. During that time in 7th grade especially, every time my parents told me to do something, I was like, no, ew, what? Or I would like say, shut up, and I even told my father, like, you're not my father, you're not my daddy, you're just a bee. I know. Not only were my parents affected, but the people around me, the community in my school, the peers that surrounded me when I was at school, or when I was just walking around in the community. When people called me fag, gay, Punahou, all of those negative connotations, all those derogatory terms, I would say something 10 times worse, and unfortunately, I didn't feel bad about it at the time. I believe that if someone were to treat you in such a negative way, you have the right to treat them in the same way. But then as I matured, I realized that that's not so. I made a choice to take that negativity in and push negativity out towards everyone I knew. But through that maturity, I learned that instead, I could use that negativity, turn it around, and motivate me to go further than what would have been expected. Now, during the time of high school, let's fast forward here. That first day, I made sure I met everyone. I said hi to random people, although they kind of looked at me weird, like, but I know. But I made sure that, hey, everyone, and then I feel like I changed their day because although some of them were kind of down, kind of scared, I felt like I affected them in a way that, hey, maybe high school isn't so bad, or hey, that's the strange dude that said hi to me. It was a great experience, and by the end of the day, I felt like I fulfilled something, and it was a choice that I made. During my high school years, I'm still a junior, I'm not done yet, I made a choice to join all these clubs, to take every opportunity that I could, because from my perspective in 7th grade, how that is totally contrary, well, instead of using that negativity and showing negativity, I used that negativity, rather, to push me. I wanted to prove to my parents that just because I'm like this, just because of my sexuality, doesn't mean I'm not good enough, doesn't mean I can't go to these big schools or be successful, because I'm me, I'm human too, I'm important. I'm not something you can just say like, oh, you're gross, because that's how I felt before. During sophomore year, I applied for a program, summer program, college camp, and I was thrilled during that entire 1-week experience. I met all the amazing people. I met so many great advisors that taught me the skills and the knowledge I needed to pursue my careers, to pursue my path in college and in life. All the friends, all the networks I had, all the camaraderie I made, was something that is cherishable, something perennial, not short-lived. Another step I took, which is even greater, is I applied for a program recently. Fortunately, I got accepted. Now this summer, I have a 6-week full-paid program at Princeton University, and I'm glad that I took that step. Although I was unsure that I would get accepted, I still did my best, and I prayed for the best. Now, it's strange how all of these events, these things I chose, could be tracked back to my mother's first choice of giving birth to me. That one pluck jump-started my destiny, jump-started me. And all of those things happened because she made that choice. All of those things happened because my ancestors, my elders, had chosen to take care of me, although they have to, of course. A quote by Sarah Dessen states, "The choices you make now, the people you surround yourself with, they all have the potential to change your life, even who you are, forever." Take a leap of faith. Make choices that you may be unsure of, because you may never know how each pluck could change you, how it could change the people around you. Reflect on how others affected you. Some choices may be bad, some choices may be good, but remember, from these negative choices, you can make a good out of it. You can learn things, better yourself, construct a better melody in your life, make a better tune. Because when you do, when each person does their part and paves a good tune, paves a good path, it sustains them and it sustains the people around them, society. Now, for each pluck, you create a sound. Oh, I cracked. Oh my gosh. But an accumulation of these sounds creates a chord. And a series of chords represent a phase in your life. Now, with an accumulation of all these plucks, these chords, all the bad sounds that you may make, all the bad choices that you have, but also all the good ones, they construct your melody. They construct your entire being. Because the people you surround yourself with, they too are important in molding who you are, paving the path in your life. I'm going to play a little melody. Thank you.